what I want to do for you, and I will lead with, we're demanding that the city of Orangeburg go ahead and release the footage of the incident that brings us here today. At this point, former officer David Dukes is no longer with the agency. He was terminated for his actions on that fateful day. He was also charged with assault and battery first degree, which in this state is a 10-year felony offense. There's no reason not to release the video so that this community has the opportunity to see everything with their own eye and decide if what's going on, not just on that day, but inside that agency, is okay for their community. So we're demanding the immediate release of that footage. But what we're going to do is we're going to play, we've heard about this stomp that took place. We're going to play a clip of that to set the tone for today. Mr. Holman. And what Officer David Dukes does is stomp on the back of his head. And I know there are people, unfortunately, who may look at this and think it's not that big of a deal or it's not that serious. But ask yourself this. In reality, if a person were to walk up to a defenseless dog and stomp on the dog in that fashion, video of that would go viral, have millions of views, and people across the planet would be saying the citizen that stomped on that dog deserves to go to prison. But it wasn't a dog that got stomped on. It was a living, breathing human being, and he's sitting right here. And there's no reason. That is not acceptable. That will never be acceptable, and it certainly is not acceptable in the community that we live in. And you got to ask yourself, this is bigger at this point. This is much bigger than Officer David Dukes stomping on Mr. Gailyard. What is it that's going on in the Department of Public Safety that an officer who knows people are wearing body cameras, who knows he's not the only one out there, is so confident and so comfortable so as to pick his foot up and stomp on another man's head and not care and not view it as wrong and view it as the way that he's supposed to police? This is not an Officer David Dukes problem. This is a City of Orangeburg problem. This is an Orangeburg Department of Public Safety problem. Attitude, ladies and gentlemen, attitude reflects leadership. And we've seen failed leadership before, and when Officer David Dukes goes and stomps on the back of Mr. Clarence's head as he lay on the ground, completely defenseless, the attitude that he shows is a reflection of the leadership. What you see on this video, Officer Polidor, is leadership. What you're going to see is what we expect of officers on the scene. So Mr. Holman, if you will cue that up.
I want to see. Give me a description of subject.
I don't know. I walked over there.
Is there a car back there?
No. Ain't no gun.
By that truck.
Ain't no gun.
You're not listening, dude. You got a gun on you, man?
No, I ain't got no gun. I don't need no gun.
Sir, what are you doing here? Where are you?
I was over there in my cousin's house over there asleep. He said I'm walk over here with him. For what? I do not know. I do not know. I don't know what the hell going on out here.
Sir. So what's your name? Where are you coming from?
I was over there asleep.
So what are you doing over here?
My cousin asked me to come walk over here with him. For what reason?
Who's your cousin? The one in the Burgundy?
Yeah.
Okay.
For what reason? I don't know what the hell going on over there, man.
Do you have a gun or anything on you?
No.
Sir, come on. You can get up off the floor. Okay? Now if I turn around, let me pat you down, okay? Alright. What's going on? Do you know what's going on?
Yup, they slammed my head down on the cement.
Does he need EMS? He need EMS?
Go back in the house.
I got a head trauma.
Go back in the house.
Yup. Yo bust my head down.
Can I get EMS around here,
Yeah, I've been in an accident. Yup. Yo bust my head down. You threw me down.
I sure did.
Yup. No, it ain't. You ain't had to throw me down like that. I'm disability.
Okay.
I got the head problem. Yup. You threw me down. Yup.
He was in front of the car when I came out. He was walking like this. And I thought it was a gun at first. I said, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. Had him a gunpoint. And he's over here doing something like this.
You slammed my head. You slammed my head.
What he was doing is putting this up behind the tire. So he comes over right here. He got his hands in his pockets. I'm telling him, let me see your hands, let me see your hands, let me see your
Why you
hands.
bust my head then?
He wasn't listening.
No, it ain't.
He got
then I
this,
put it
like
down.
this right here.
Then you grab me,
And we moving on
and
to the
then
ground.
you bust my head down on the cement. You bust my forehead.
Kicked him on his
Damn
neck.
right, because you bust me down on the cement.
He kicked him on his
Bust my
neck.
head down.
Yeah, right here.
Where is you?
I'm standing right here because I got out the car.
Bust my head.
Where's the complaint?
Bust my head down.
We're trying to get the name of the complainant, so
Bust my
right
head.
dispatcher give me the name.
We hear Officer David Dukes give his account of what happened, right? He leaves out the fact that he picked his foot up and stomped on the back of a defenseless man's head. And what he tells the sergeant on scene is they just went to the ground. They just went to the ground. But what did Officer Polidor do? She did what we expect. And all we can ask for from law enforcement is she was honest. She was honest. She exhibited leadership on the scene. And she made sure that another officer who had done wrong couldn't lie and get away with it.